the bear.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. Let's see what we do.
Woo.
And welcome back to
Yo.
Boss and the Bear. I'm Jocelyn the Boss.
And I am probably the bear.
I'm pretty sure you're still the bear.
Yeah, I'm probably. Yeah. That's legit.
So we're playing Sonic Adventure. I'm playing Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
I was playing Sonic Adventure months in the past.
ago.
And it is no longer that time. Whatever, long stories.
Tech, etc.
Tech things. This is the last episode
Yes.
of this. So next, when we come back to this after today, it's gonna sound like we're crazy people, and I don't mean that in an ableist way. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's really hard for me to remove those words from my lexicon. I'm trying as hard as I can.
Right? I feel you real hard.
But anyway, bottom line, last episode of this. So I think this is where I do Speed Highway and the other fucking aerial shooter business.
Oh, I hate that.
Looking forward to it.
Woo!
Berries. This level was super fun. And this level was like the one that was considered emblematic enough to make it into Sonic Generations.
Aw. Oh, yeah. This is a good one. Nice.
But yeah, anyway, before we cut, I was talking about How I Met Your Mother and how it kind of like taught me to just cut my losses when I start not enjoying a thing. There, I fell off the thing. Everyone take a drink. Jocelyn fell off the thing. Because How I Met Your Mother sort of started going off the rails in season 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
That was when it started getting not good. Season 8 was really bad, and season 9 was, in addition to totally unnecessary, just also not good at all. And then the finale was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Was it?
Yeah, I have a lot of words about
How
that.
does it end? Who was the mother?
Okay, well,
Spoiler alert.
spoiler alerts to a series that ended several years ago.
I know I never watched it really. I saw the suit episode.
Well, basically, what happens is after years and years of teasing at who it is and how Ted meets her, at the end of season 8, you do finally see her.
Yeah.
And you see her face and whatever. And season 9 all takes place, like the entirety of season 9 takes place in one 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
And it's about like everybody else kind of meeting her first before Ted does.
Yeah.
And like instantly like everybody's best friend. And actually that works. That's okay. That's not
Right.
the problem with that season. The problem with that season is, again, serving too many masters. But it ends with like he leaves the wedding, Barney and Robin's wedding, and they both happen to be waiting for a train at the same time or something of that nature. And they meet over the umbrella. And it's just like, yeah, no, this I have my initials on this umbrella. It's TM for Ted Mosby. And she's like, well, these are my initials. It's TM for Tracy something.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself is fine.
Yeah.
But then it gets revealed immediately afterwards
Oh no, just falls off the things. Oh.
that what happens
okay.
is, because like also throughout the season they have a lot of flash forwards.
Yeah.
And you see like Ted and his wife having like a life together.
Yeah.
And again, works, but also it's building up to this thing that everyone kind of started seeing coming around season 8. She's been dead the whole time.
Oh.
Like the entire show, when future Ted is narrating this to his kids, his wife is dead, died of cancer.
Oh, that's really sad. That's shitty.
And like, again, this could have worked. Like it does kind of make sense, you know, why that would happen. That like, okay, this is why it's such a big deal that he tells the story in like its entirety to his kids.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of a cheap, like, you don't really meet the mother at any point until the very end, and then she just like becomes this prop character.
Yeah.
And then it does like two really bad things.
Oh no, what does it do?
The first, okay, sorry, I'm not organized in my thoughts here,
Okay.
but I've had a lot of time to think about this.
Please tell me everything. I love hearing you talk.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
But like the first sin is that like she's already dead.
Yeah.
The twist that everyone saw coming, that was like, I didn't like that, but fine, I kind of
Sure.
get it. I understand why they made those choices.
Yeah.
And I think this is where I like was having you listen to like
The music.
I Will Survive. Anyway, the second thing is it immediately gets revealed, like right away, as soon as we finish the Barney and Robin wedding, that this whole season has been building up towards. That like everything in this like whole year of television has been saying, no, this is a couple that's going to work. Yeah, they have their differences, but that's what ultimately makes them great for each other. Immediately, they got divorced 2 years later.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh.
So these two characters, like, that we've spent the entire year building up to this wedding, and wow, it's the best wedding ever, and they have a weird and complicated relationship, but it works out. Now they're divorced.
They were just like, you were right the entire time. They weren't going to work out.
And they divorced, and you barely even spend any time with that. And, like, Barney ends up settling down when he gets a kid, which is, like, this whole thing because Robin is infertile.
Yeah.
And, like, that was a major emotional plot point.
Yeah.
And so, like, but then he gets, like, a child, and that's what makes him finally settle down.
And that's why they could never work between them. That's gross.
Then the biggest sin.
No.
And you all knew this was coming. Those of you who were fans of the show, you knew where I was going with this.
What? Tell me.
Ted and Robin get back together.
Still be in this city.
Are you serious?
Yes. Like, this is okay.
Like, wait,
the reason
what?
why this sucks, by the way.
When do they get
like,
back together?
After his wife is dead. Like, he finishes telling the story to his kids, and the kids are like, Dad, you're obviously in love with Aunt Robin. Why don't you just, like, go get back with her? And he's like, well, you know what? I think I will. Or some shit. And the reason why this sucks, by the way, is because, like, Ted being with Robin was like a thing. The whole first season is about him wanting to be with Robin.
Yeah.
And the whole second
like
season is about them being together.
Yeah.
And at the end of the second season, they break up.
Yeah.
And for most of season 3 and season 4, that's fine. Like,
yeah. They just let that be.
They're friends again, and it's cool.
Yeah.
And then they decide that they're just going to keep reintroducing this thing that's like, oh, Ted's not over Robin yet. And that keeps coming up over and over and over and over again. And it's not earned. Like, on the one hand, I totally get not being over your ex. But on the other hand, like, this comes after 2 years of, like, actually
settling
they're pretty
into
fine
a normal
with stuff.
friendship. Yeah.
And then it just keeps happening. And every single time it happens, it's like, this time I'm really over Robin. This time I'm really over Robin. This time I'm really over Robin.
My God.
And the last time is the worst time because that happens in the middle of season 9. You have this really cheesy garbage scene where like they're on the beach together and then Robin floats away while some cheesy 80s ballad plays in the background.
What?
And yeah, it's like
Why?
so ridiculous. And the fandom hated it. And they're like, the finale means we basically watched this for nothing. And after all of that, after spending 4 or 5 seasons harping over and over again that no, Ted really is over Robin, they get back together. And so the story that's supposed to be about Ted's love for his wife ends up being about Ted's love for Robin the whole time, and everybody hated it.
Wowzers.
There was like, there's a whole thing about,
Hey there, Bolt Brain.
you know, on Twitter, because everyone was either Team Yellow Umbrella or Team Blue French Horn.
Blue
And
French horn?
yeah, it's like a symbol of their relationship. It makes sense if you watch the
Okay.
show. I'm not going to bother explaining that.
Legit.
But like, the yellow umbrella symbolizes Ted's relationship with his wife. The blue French horn symbolizes his relationship with Robin.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, Team Yellow Umbrella was much stronger, much louder, much more present.
Wah, wah.
And the thing about it is, like, while I was watching the last few seasons of How I Met Your Mother, I was kind of realizing, you know, I'm not enjoying this anymore. I'm kind of just watching this to see how
Because I need to know how it ends. Yeah.
Shoot, I've lost
And
her again.
So the point of this whole story that I've been building towards is that I don't do that anymore. I don't invest my time into something that's not actively engaging me on some level. I don't mind hate watching things. Like you and I have sat down and watched episodes of Once Upon a Time. In spite of the fact that I think that show is total garbage, it's also extremely entertaining.
It's so
Just
delightfully
in
amusing.
how not good it is.
It's not very good.
That like I can enjoy it on that level, and that's totally fine. But if something's not bringing me any joy anymore, then
Right?
I'm willing to just let it go.
You just gotta cut it out of your life.
And
You're so strong. I can get so invested in like the tiniest little scrap of goodness in something, and I'm just like, I'll watch it just for the little pieces of this that I get, please. I'll take anything you give me. Just give me tiny bits of birdseed, and I'll be there pecking out of your hand.
and if other people like tell me that, oh, this thing gets a lot better after a while, I will go back to something. I can't think of an
Right?
example right now, but like, I'm
This
not
show?
gonna get super invested in something that I don't feel has earned that from me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my whole thing about How I Met Your Mother that I learned was just like the finale was so bad that it kind of just shocked me out of this fandom mindset that I have to stick with it in the hopes that someday it'll get back to being good. Like understanding that that's an unrealistic expectation a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Once something jumps the shark, it stays jumped.
Yeah. It usually doesn't go back after that.
Like House did that.
Yeah.
And I have no problem not watching the end of House. I know how it ends, but like I don't.
How does House end?
Spoiler
alerts, how House ends. Jocelyn, today on Boss and the Bear, Jocelyn tells Bear how long-running TV
How
shows
long
end.
TV shows end?
Please,
well,
tell me.
Basically, House goes to jail.
Cool.
And he gets out of jail, but like he's gonna go back to jail, so he fakes his own death to get out of going back to jail.
Okay.
So that he and Wilson can go ride motorbikes together, because Wilson's gonna die. Like the whole reason he did that is because like he'd go to jail for so long that Wilson's terminal disease would kill him, and so he doesn't get to spend like his best friend's last days with him, and so he decides to fake his own death, so that like they can just be bros forever. And that's fine. I'm honestly okay with that.
Yeah.
But like that show stopped getting good in season 6.
Okay.
And I have no problem,
Just stopping there.
Just stopping there. And it's happened twice. I watched House. I was following House for a while. I got on board in season 2, and I was following it very closely. And season 6, the premiere is one of the strongest episodes that the show has ever had.
And then just all downhill from there.
And for me, like that's the real finale. It doesn't need to go after that.
What happens?
Well, the end of season 5, House goes to rehab. Like, he finally reaches his breaking point where he's, like, hallucinating this whole thing, and it's fucking up his life.
Yeah.
And, like, he reaches his rock bottom, and he ends up, like, going to, like, court-mandated rehab.
Oh,
like, a residential sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so season 6 premiere, there's no medical mystery, though he tries to, like, fabricate one to, like, satisfy his own curiosity.
Yeah.
It's really more about him getting clean.
Yeah. Okay.
And it ends with like him checking out of rehab. He's learned a lot. He's come really far.
Yeah.
And for me, that would have been a perfectly satisfying conclusion to the entire series.
Yeah, because now he's clean. Now he's like, yeah.
But then and when I was watching it halfway through season 6, I lost interest, and I didn't really pick up again.
Just couldn't go back.
And then it came on Netflix, and I'm like, you know what? Now that I can binge the whole thing, I'm gonna binge the whole thing.
Not?
And for a while, I was like, yeah, House is so great. And then the exact same thing happened. I got to season 6, I'm just like,
nah. Dunzo.
I'm okay. I'm done.
Yeah.
I got my fill.
Huh.
And like he and Cuddy get together, but then they had to break them up because Lisa Edelstein didn't renew her contract for the last season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they like. Fox was just like, we're gonna cut all your pay, and she was like, fuck that.
Yeah, nah, you're gonna pay me what I'm worth, friend. Down Jocelyn goes! Goodbye, Jocelyn! First time we referenced the actual game that we're playing in this episode.
Well, okay. Oh, I didn't actually fall down.
What?
I survived, and then
died.
The camera got stuck, and I like tried to find where I was.
Yeah.
Then I died.
Wah wah.
So, anyway. So yeah, I gave up on House, and now I'm watching Elementary, and it's entirely possible that's ongoing right now. There may come a point where I give up on that show too. Right now, it's just popcorn for me. It's something I watch while my computer does the thing, and I don't really have anything else to do.
Yeah, I feel ya. I feel you real hard. Am I even watching it? Oh. Kate's trying real hard to get me into Doctor Who, and she's like fully accepting if I can't get into it. and I don't know if I can. He's just like, the character of the Doctor, he's such like a smarmy little smartass fuckbag. And I just like, he just treats people like shit all the time, and it's supposed to be like, oh, he doesn't know any better. And it's like, he's thousands of millions of years old.
Well,
he should know better by
okay.
now.
That's not entirely true.
What do you mean?
I don't think, well, the current Doctor, 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi,
Uh-huh.
he does treat people like shit. That's like part of his character is that he's
Yeah.
a grumpy Scotsman.
Yeah.
And that's a legit thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
But the previous two, the previous two Doctors, Matt Smith and David Tennant,
Matt
they're
Smith,
not jerks.
Matt Smith treated Amelia like shit for both the episodes that I watched.
Really?
Completely.
What episodes did you watch?
Like the first two Matt Smith episodes.
Really?
Like, just utterly gross all the time, and just like expecting her to be okay with being treated like shit, and like completely not understanding of like what it's like to be a person, of when you do mean things you should probably apologize. It's just like he expects everybody to apologize to, like, he expects that everybody has interpreted some apology that he's never made because he's just that smart and cool. Because once he's proved that he's smart and cool, he doesn't need to apologize for being an asshole because he was right. Sorry, wow. He was really mean in those two episodes.
Interesting.
It was like the first episode where she starts as the kid and stuff like that.
That's one of my favorite episodes of all time, actually.
Yeah, and he was a dick to her. And he was
Huh.
a dick to her in the episode where they were in the Space Whale episode. What's
that's
that one called?
the spoiler of that one.
Yeah, like,
The fact that it's a star whale is a spoiler.
yeah,
but yes.
sorry, spoiler everybody.
Whatever.
For an episode of Doctor Who that's many
Another
years
show
old.
we've spoiled in this one episode. This episode ended up running long. We knew this going into
Yeah.
this, so we apparently have time to talk about all these spoilers.
Yeah.
But this level has the spiders. I need to point this out because it comes up again later. There's
Mm.
spiders and they freak me out and I don't like them. And it's right after this hammer bit and I remember freaking out.
Oh,
Those little
yeah.
poppy spiders, I don't like them. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
interesting. But like, I get it. Doctor Who is a very strange show for me.
Mm-hmm.
I watch it, but
You just,
also
like-
I'm not sure how much I like it.
He just, like,
Yeah,
the
not
thing,
bad.
he never explains to people what's happening. And he does, and like, people will be like, you could give me 5 words that would generally make me understand what's happening here, so that I know that I just like need to follow along with you, and you'll explain the rest to me later. But
Yeah.
he just like he's so fucking coy about it, and so like, oh, what, do you know not know what I'm doing? Oh, well, you should know what I'm doing, and if you don't know what I'm doing, you should just trust that I know what I'm doing because I'm the Doctor. And it's like, this girl met you for fucking half an hour when she was 8, and now has known you for approximately 36 hours. Like, how is she? Like, fuck you, buddy. Sorry, he's really full of himself. I don't like him. I really don't like him.
100% legit. He is very full of himself, and like that becomes a joke later on, especially
Mhm.
David Tennant. We have to wrap this episode up here.
Yeah.
But like, I'm gonna say, you should watch one episode, only one episode,
Uh-huh.
and that is Blink. And you don't have to watch any other episode. Just watch that one.
I have heard really excellent things about Blink.
That one is like good enough to be its own movie, and this is where I end the episode.
Cool.
So, until next time, we'll be back in the present or the past present. Until next time, I'm Jocelyn the Boss.
And I'm the bear.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Boss and the bear.